Merry Six-Pack. We wish you a Merry Six-Pack. We wish you a Merry Six-Pack and a Hollywood New Year. Sing along, everybody. Ho, ho, Hogan.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, suck my jingle bell. And hello, and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling podcast. But I'm missing something. What's at the start of it? Filmed in glorious Scramble Vision and encoded with blast processing, we chronologically critique wrestling storylines, pay-per-view by pay-per-view.
Except for today. It's not a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but it's Christmas Day.
Ooh, who we got talking here? We got V1, sir.
What's the crack?
An OC.
Redo.
It's WCW Christmas Nitro 1997, and it's coming up right now. Welcome, no Eggnogger.
Hey!
Happy days are here again.
Mince pear.
Yeah.
God, we are terrible today. Can't get anything right.
We've been torn away from our families.
Torn away.
We're a little upset, but we do it for Jay. But not only Jay, the fans. I love the fans.
But mostly Jay.
Oh, I'll take it. Listen, cut there and I'm golden. Pio17 writes in, knock knock.
Who's there?
He.
He who?
You got him. Pio, well done, mate. Yeah.
Dave!
Very good.
Okay, couple of Christmas crackers here. What's Triple H's favourite fruit? Berries.
Oh, that's really
Okay.
good.
Okay. What do you call Mankind and Cactus Jack having sex? Dude love.
Oh!
Where does Michelle McCool sleep?
In a McManger.
That's great.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll accept. But what was the alternative?
Undertaker.
That's even better. You see, Steve kept thinking it was about Christmas.
Uh-huh. How does Big Show order his steaks? Well... Oh, do you remember Ishii? You know, the stout Japanese lad who wrestled Eddie Kingston there at All Out?
Itchy, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know he's a big Michael Jackson fan?
Go on.
Ishii! There you go.
I was waiting on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Any of those?
Yeah, I thought they were all really good.
And just one last thing. Another day.
No.
Another dollar.
On Christmas Day.
Oh, wow. Another dollar. Another OSW tattoo.
Oh, I haven't seen anything like this before. This is pretty awesome.
This is
Have
good.
Have you seen this?
No.
I mean, I love them all equally, but especially this one. Look at this. The OSW Review logo. And then we've got the little pixel art. First it's V1, then J in the middle, and then OOC bringing up the rear. It is absolutely adorable and fantastic. Well
Awesome.
done, sir.
Yeah, have a look.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is from the like Final Fantasy VI
Very good. Yeah.
intro. That's awesome. Absolutely love it. 10 on 10 tattoo.
You know, that could have been what I would get. I'm not getting it now.
Wow.
You know, when we hit the big number.
Yeah, Darren Jepez there.
Lovely. Well done, sir. And I assume he doesn't want anything now. That's
No, that
end of segment.
transaction is ended. Oh, what's that? You look like I have a faraway look on your face.
You got a little set of notes there, Steve? What do you got?
I am sick and tired of playing around with kids. I'm here to get it on with the big boys.
Here we go. So here's Darren's boy stable. Coming in at number 5. The Zero Miedo Man, Pentagon Jr.
Ooh, how do you feel about that?
In Mexico, he's quite high up in the card, but in AEW, I think he's definitely a boy.
Is he Ray Phoenix's brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Shoot brother.
Oh, Ray Phoenix
His hermano.
is far... Oh, very good. He's, in my opinion, far superior.
He's definitely the better athlete. Like, he's spectacular.
There's
Anyway.
been some fun like videos of him just shooting the shit with the other luchas in his car, and he's just telling how he's... I know, here's a story about some old woman banging on his door because he's like pissing out of her window or something. You know, that kind
Picture window.
Picture window. Anyway, I don't know. That sounds salacious. That was a lie. Don't sue me.
Yeah.
Pentagon Jr., he says, I have to include a fellow Mexican and love this guy's style of big high flyer with a bit of hardcore edge. He's awesome. He is charismatic. This is someone who can get a massive pop out of just taking off a glove.
Well, JR, you know that about the young athletes. Sometimes they have all the physical ability in the world, but it's that mental game. It's taking that next step.
Number 4, Damien Sandow.
Ooh.
I think that's a great call.
Yeah, I think his stuff with The Miz was some of the laugh out loud funniest stuff I've ever seen around a wrestling ring.
Like legitimately funny, not just but he actually get you laugh at him. He's got the Miz's mannerisms down pat, and they practice the routine of it. Oh, it's wonderful. Just want to shout out, he looks amazing with the Hulk Hogan WWF title. If I was Vince and I saw him walking around, I was like, oh, that looks great on you.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Nice. I remember when he won Money in the Bank and they gave him like a briefcase, like a brown leather one to carry around, because his gimmick's that, he's a bit classy, But then he cashed into Cena and he got battered and he lost. And that was pretty much the end of his push.
I like that he at least shot for the stars, take on Cena, try get the world title, as opposed to Caval, which means flute. Who cashed in on the IC belt.
Which actually happened very recently on Raw. Austin Theory was Money in the Bank and he cashed in on Seth Rollins, who's the US champion, and lost. Yeah.
That's it. You're done now.
Total geek. Damien Sandow, he says, awesome gimmick, good promos, and good in the ring. Don't know why he is a boy. He should have been a world champion. Also, met him in person, and he's a lovely guy who took the time to take a picture and talk with a 15-year-old me.
Oh, I always love hearing that wrestlers are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett. Just wanted to say Jeff Jarrett.
Just in general.
Just generally, I say it at least 4 times a day. That's my quota.
It's just, you're preparing kind of cereal for the morning in the family. Oh,
that's
Jeff
one.
Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, yeah.
Do you remember what you were doing before you met me? You were wearing ridiculous costumes and losing. You were an absolute joke. Stop this!
Number 3, Dean Malenko.
Ooh, the Iceman.
Diddling Lita back on Raw.
That's a lot less James Bond and more Black Rain, do you know?
7.
It's more
at his window,
Yeah.
I'd love Dean Malenko on that gimmick.
No, he has to wear Dustin's 6'5" gear. Do you know?
Swimming on him.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You did steal your finisher from Dean Malenko, don't you?
Oh,
Cloverleaf.
Shimo does it as well.
Yeah, but
Shamo
Dino
wasn't around then, was he?
No, yeah, it was Dino, then you, then Shamo.
Oh, okay. Although I try to elevate them.
Yeah.
So it's more of a line tamer
tamer
thing. Yeah. But thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, Malenko had a lot of moves. He's a good wrestler and shite on the mic.
And this is his biggest fans.
Perfect boyhood in my book.
Yep.
He did have a massive pop when he dressed up as Cyclope. Dean Malenko's dad died and Jericho was giving shit about it. And he dressed up as Cyclope and he unveiled himself. He looks like a giant pumpkin. Anyway, unveiled himself and everyone went, oh! It was a great pop for him.
That was his big moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was, though. It was.
Wasn't he voted number 1 in the PWI 500 once?
That
Which is ludicrous.
is the biggest smelly marks. Anorak.
That's trolling.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Road Dogg.
2 real G's.
We're about to get rowdy.
Oh, you didn't know?
You better call somebody.
Step into the force.
This is Mr.
And his dad and dad about it.
Hey, quick, Road Dogg, get rowdy.
Better move some things.
Me and Road Dogg.
Better drastic change. Check
yourself and realize all that.
Because yourself is attitude. There you go.
We haven't about 5 years.
Yeah.
We space this out about every 5 years. We break it out. So
Nice.
So what's in the news these days is he recently said he was a better sports entertainer than Bret Hart. Road Dogg.
I don't think I was a good wrestler. I don't think Bret was a great wrestler. He was wrestler. I think I was a better sports entertainer than Bret was, and I think that's where the money is. Now, I can understand people who are huge Bret Hart fans going, screw you, Road Dogg, you suck. And okay, screw me and I suck. Okay, now what?
That's ludicrous. Well, it's wrong, first of all. Well wrong. But I would contend that he is a better sing-along wrestler than Bret Hart.
yes,
In that you could say, welcome to the doghouse and all that stuff, getting crowd to interact with him.
he's a better talker. He's a better promo. 100% better promo than Bret Hart.
I would say that he caught fire with the New Age Outlaws and DX, but then by 2000 he died, and he's never had any success on any level after that.
Oh, so you're saying... yeah.
Here come bottom.
I can't contend with that.
And then, bring, bring. Oh my God, they're in my house.
There was a spot in AEW with Dax and Billy's son. It's the son of Billy Gunn. And they do the shuck and jive, and then Dax puts him in the sharpshooter afterwards to reference this. Oh, that was very good.
Dax and Austin Gunn, when they wrestle together, are so good.
Dax!
Little sharpshooter coming
Yeah,
up.
that sharpshooter's in right there, buddy. Dax turns the corner, sharpshooter locked in.
Anyway, Darren says about Road Dogg, liked his mic skills, met him in person when I was 15, when he was a backstage guy, and he's an awesome lad.
Oh, that's nice.
Lovely.
Yeah. And number 1, his bottom boy.
Ooh, hang on. It's going to be Adam Bomb. That's what I'm going to say.
Usually Adam Bomb.
Yeah. He's... Or the Genius.
And I can put me down for Crash Holly.
Oh, my God. Please house that boy. He's been on the waiting list for years now.
X-Pac. That was brilliant.
What does he say about him?
He says, always love to watch him wrestle, and he is my little bitch boy.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww. 2 things I love about X-Pac. One of them is WWF versus WCW Invasion 2001. The WWF are baby faces, so everyone gets a big cheer, except for X-Pac. He gets booed anyway. I love that so much.
It's hilarious.
He may be out of sports entertainment for good.
And during the New Gen, it was his 21st birthday, so he thought he'd go out drinking with Curt Hennig and Smoking Guns. So he gets kind of blind drunk, and he wakes up the next morning and he's got one eyebrow. And then they're like, we got to do the shoot for your action figure. And he was like, oh my God, what'll I do? And so he just shaves the other side off.
Fair play to him.
And that's what's on the action figure.
The picture of him on the box. you mean?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You can check him out there.
Oh. And he looks sad. Do you know? You can see he's smiling with his mouth, but not his eyes.
It's like, I can't believe today's picture day.
Yeah.
The fucking state of him.
Like, imagine, I know it's the culture and it's not quite as bad as it was, but imagine like 20, 30 years ago, I want to go out with my colleagues and have fun. No, that's not possible.
Yeah.
That's what happens
You
to
can't get drunk.
Yes.
Because Curt Hennig's going to shave your
Yeah,
eyebrow.
exactly.
Yeah, I have to say, like, from having gone back and re-watched wrestling, like him way, way better the second time round.
Yep.
Recognizing that he's a fantastic professional wrestler.
Funnily enough, I recently watched, because I'm a wrestling historian, as you know, I recently watched a GWF match.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
Ooh.
I dug it out of the archives. In my tape library, I've got an extensive tape library. And Jerry Lynn versus Little Bitch. And technical masterclass. Better than I've probably seen him wrestle in WWE or WCW.
Wow.
Yeah. So I took it out of the library. I got a cassette tape, VHS, put it back in, closed the vault door, lock of the key. And I'll go back to that next month.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Ooh, I love it, Steve. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay, we're sharing our favourite Sean Waltman moments.
Okay.
My favourite is you, actually, when you were talking about X-Pac's gimmick. And, you know, I stopped you and said, what is his gimmick? And you were annoyed that I had stopped you for, you know, you were in free flow or whatever you want to call it. And you just look at me and his gimmick is sticking out his tongue, basically.
His gimmick is mossy. Is that what you're saying? Something like that?
When you think back on it, it's no wonder people hated him by the time it got to 2001, isn't it?
So obnoxious.
The same shit for years on end. Man,
That's nice.
great job, Darren. Thank you so much. And your tattoo is a fucking banger.
It is. I love it. The pixelized tattoo, and we're walking, and it's like as a tattoo, it looks great as well. And it's an OSW one, and that's like we're on it. That's us. Holy shit!
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
There's no denying that that's not an OSW tattoo.
100%.
Oh, great stuff. Great stuff. But before we start on the festivities, I thought we'd do a quickie what's going on in the world of wrestling. New Japan went to London, Crystal Palace. They did the Royal Quest 2022. Let's give it a quick look-see.
Big Teats chance. Next time we're in London, big Teats chance. My, everybody's boy, Jay Hunter, our good pal, my good pal at least, here in London, was asking what constitutes a quote-unquote boy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. The underdog, the people might not be a huge name to the level of Kazuchika Okada, but has endeared himself with what he does in the ring, has a certain level of talent that makes every fan get behind. And certainly, I said in response to him, well, Doki is currently everybody's boy, and that's making him into a man. And I feel the same thing has happened for Bad Dude Tito over the last couple of months, where so many people have turned the corner and been switched on to just how good Bad Dude Tito is.
Very nice. We don't get it yet. When Jay says what's going on in modern wrestling, there's a reason why he introduces us. He doesn't care otherwise. But very nice. That was cool.
It's a festive hot dog.
No.
What's happening in WWE? Let's check in with the maximum male models.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity bop bumble. Run about now, it's time to rock with the biggity bop bumble. Bop to the bop to the biggity bop bump to the bump to the bump to the bumble. Bump to the bump, get a biggity bop bump to the bump, bigger bump bumble. Bump bigger bump, bigger bump, bump bigger bump, get the bump bumble. Bump bigger bump, bigger bump, bump bigger bump, get the bump bumble.
Was that for you or is that coincidental?
There we go. He's tagged me in it as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourite bits of the AEW episode. Loved it.
Oh yeah, just like Jericho coming out.
No, you doing that song was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh, excellent.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
I just have to talk about this gimmick, the maximum male models, lads. Just total wrestle bollocks. That's like tailor-made for like us. Two lads having the crack, going out there, giving it socks, and making the best out of something. And it's clear that they're having so much fun. They're doing the gimmick during their matches where, you know, they'll be doing spots and then they'll like turn to the camera and they'll both pose. Lads, that's magic.
And everyone look to the left. Left!
That's wrestling magic. Fun is coming back to professional wrestling.
Not if Twitter has anything to say about it.
Do you remember when I was the first and only person that said Motor City Machine Guns are my favourite tag team? Not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, me meow.
These boys.
See, so we have Masse and Mansois. They only hire people with M at the start of the name.
Yeah.
And so would they hire Mr. OOC?
Oh.
Mr. OOC. Monsieur OOC. I got yourself a job.
And in AEW, Jeff Jarrett shows up.
Yes.
Jung, 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 jung.
But what wasn't he was an agent in WWE, yeah?
I think he was head of live events or something.
Yeah.
But he looks fantastic.
He's in great shape.
Yes.
Yeah, great for us specifically, not great for like the entire AEW fan base.
Oh no, he's an asset to any company. There's very few in the business that know the business as well as he does.
Wherever the Jarretts went, we left an impact.
And in TNA, wow, Steve, you know the way things have gotten quite bad in TNA. Well, they've hit their stride again. They've been pushing Bobby Fish to the moon, and he cut this killer promo on Impact.
Okay,
give it a watch.
Yep.
Macklin, it appears to me that you are calling Bully Ray a locker room politician. And I mean, folks, where's the lie? Macklin!
I love the crowd.
Folks, where's the lie?
He laughs every time.
I've never heard a wrestling crowd as quiet in my life.
It's depressing, isn't it?
Oh my God.
I actually think that the crowds were louder during lockdown. Not the pay-per-view.
Jesus. This versus Tito Ortiz, who wins?
Like, that wasn't like a McGillicuddy Bully promo. That promo was fine. It's just the crowd didn't care.
Where's the lie? Oh God.
Jay, I appreciate you uncovering a new gem.
Cold open! Quickie recap of last week. NWOsters beat up Flair. DDP makes the save and calls out Hennig. 35 seconds in. Waka waka hey!
Hennig! Come on out here and feel the bat!
I'd be happy to know I did a wacka woe count
Excellent.
for this show.
This is before the WCW Nitro theme, and I was like, oh, would they not just make the waka into the Nitro theme? Like, wow, waka, wow, 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 wow,
Whoa! Waka whoa whoa hey! Waka whoa whoa hey! Whoa whoa hey! Whoa whoa hey!
It's WCW Monday Nitro, Christmas Eve, December 22nd, 1997, from the Macon Coliseum in Macon, Georgia, home of the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, Peggy Lee Leather, aka The Thug, in WoW, and the Ugandan giant, Kamala, who is the first black wrestler to do whiteface.
Who's surprisingly not from Uganda.
The 119th edition of Nitro, airing on TNT, garnering a 4.11 in the ratings, a 6.3 share, i.e. 6.3% of all US homes with cable were watching Nitro.
Wow.
Scheduled commentators are Iron Mike Tenay, the Lad of Leisure, Larry Zbyszko, play-by-play by Tony Schiavone, as Hogan would call him, and colour and quips by the legendary Bobby the Brain Heenan. Santa's helper Nitro girls do a bit of a dance, a bit of a sit, a bit of a wave.
Have you ever noticed that many dancers look surprised while they're dancing? So the girl, front right, big look of shock on her face the whole way through.
Like Hauser, like oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh. Telling you, I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Larry. Bischoff cuts an NWO black and white hypercut promo. Oh, the tracking on my live VHS was an abomination. I didn't know if it was the NWO production or was the tape chewing it. By the way, V1, you're watching the WWE Network version.
2 hours 18.
I'm watching the live VHS, which includes some ads and just recutting NWO themes. 2 hours 22. And OC, you've got the Orare 77 redub.
It was 3 hours and 37 or something.
Because it includes a bit of Jay shenanigans.
Yeah, I include everything that you make me watch, yes.
Easy pledges to put his size 10 boot up Larry's ass. See, Thunder is debuting in 2 weeks, and they still hadn't decided what they'll do with it. At the moment, it's like NWO Bischoff versus WCW Zbyszko, and the winner's brand will take Monday, and the losers get Thursday. It's like, way to put over Thunder. It's the loser channel.
The loser show for losers.
The match has one last kicker. Bret Hart is the special guest referee. See, Bret had just debuted on Nitro the previous week. How was his big debut?
Really sad. What a massive come down. Unquestionably, the most notable name in professional wrestling in November of 97. Part of one of the biggest wrestling scandals at the time.
Yeah, the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah. A massive get for WCW. Should have had to come in to be the top star in the business. Should have been wrestling the top guys. And they bring him in as a referee in this match featuring Larry Zbyszko versus Eric Bischoff.
Instead of waiting till Starrcade to bring out Bret, Bischoff wanted to bring him out as soon as possible because WWF were still like, hey, you should watch our stuff because Bret Hart might come back. He might come back. It was, no, we've paid for him. Yeah. Stop talking about him. We have him. Yeah. And he also was like, with Hogan, Sting, Macho, Luger, DDP, all the like sharks in WCW is like, oh, Brett, since Hogan has creative control in that, oh, Brett, he should head up Thunder. He can be the number one guy on Thunder.
Oh, he suggested that.
That's what they were thinking.
Wow. Bing bong, bing bong. Wow. It's weird because in 2 years' time, WWF would literally do that very same thing, and they'd be like, SmackDown, the number 2 show, but it's The Rock show. And that worked. Maybe that's because you have the fucking Rock, and he's maybe the greatest ever.
Yeah,
you know?
But SmackDown was built, okay, it was the B show, but at the time, it was built as a massive show, and you can't miss this.
Yeah.
And it was the one where you see the best wrestling on it as well.
You know who they should have used rather than Bret Hart? The better sports entertainer. The Road Dogg.
Friday Night Alimony.
Yeah. Friday Night Dogging.
It's just him on the show, running the ropes.
2 hours.
Doing circles, chasing his tail.
Gets gas 30 seconds in. Amazing.
You can only think that a match against Finley would toughen you up.
Our inaugural contest is Road Warrior Finley versus Eddie Guerrero. Non-title match, Eddie's Cruiserweight title is safe.
Steve, sorry, are you having extra naked Finley in this? He looked really naked.
Actually have it written down here, so all of us have it. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, OSC, you have a keen interest in men who are naked but are wearing clothes. Can you describe the attire here?
Alright, and so he is wearing a blistering green wrestling onesie, very, very high cut in the crotch, very, very low cut in his nips. He has his knee pads pulled down to the top of his boots.
Exposing the caps here.
Yes.
So it looks like he's not wearing knee pads. Yeah. No elbow pads. No mustache. No cup. I'm literally watching him wrestle Eddie Guerrero, and I'm watching his little mushroom bit bob around. The most naked man of 1997.
Is that in his PWI bio?
A little bit of background. So last week, Eddie wrestled Dino. That match ended in disqualification because it's WCW. So Finley ran out. He battered Dino. And that's what set this up. And I was watching it fully thinking that what they were going to do here would be Dean run out and either hit Eddie or Finley to set up Eddie versus Dean at Starrcade, or maybe Eddie versus Dean versus Finley. But what we got was way worse. It was much worse.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. Eddie escapes a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. He's so nimble, but gets caught with a Brett's rope superplex. Tried again, poke to the eyes, and bail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out of here. Holy crap, that was fast. Oh man, I was enjoying that. And no, stop wrestling. And that's the end of that.
Finley wins via countout.
At Starrcade, they do have an absolute banger of the match. Obviously, the best match occurred with Eddie and Dino.
Okay,
yeah.
Is that the match with the really famous powerbomb that's just like looks nasty, but it's like safe as houses because he puts them down flat?
Oh my God, Eddie bumps like a boss for Dino. He just takes so much abuse and then kind of squeaks out a win at the end. Great match. Bit of a quick splice. There we go.
In the back, right before we came on the air, James J. Dillon, Bobby the Boy.
How about a Nitro? They come Eddie trying to escape, and Dean just muzzles him from the front side.
What did I think of the match? Well, you can't spell fun without Funly.
And did you have said fun?
I loved watching him, like in this garb. You're
watching him.
Yeah,
not the wrestler.
I didn't know who else was in the arena at the time. I mean, he was like this
It's
bright
like
green naked man. It was phenomenal.
It's like that bit in American Beauty when Kevin Spacey sees the cheerleader and it all turns black and it's just looking at him and all of the petals go towards him. But it's all like shamrocks in your face.
That's brilliant.
Oh, you have to animate that.
Adam, put down the fork and plate. Stop eating Christmas dinner. I need just that.
I was sick of you before. Now I'm done with you. You and your pal like to make a mockery out of me. This is not a game. This is where people get hurt.
Paul White, Kevin Nash promo. I'm 7'4", 480 pounds.
Bullshit.
Bollocks, mate. Even kayfabe Fox Sports call you 7 foot 383 in WCW. Did you like his kind of scary, calm promo voice? Did you like that?
I wish somebody had a magic wand and could just make this guy cut a promo, because what a fucking look he has. But doesn't matter what kind of promo, shouty, quiet, it's all terrible.
What if I give him a soother?
Go on.
Bottle of warm milk?
I need one more thing.
A bonnet?
No, there's something. I don't want him to wet the floor.
Nappies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sign me up, Jay.
Okay, it was a hard bargain.
And a sash.
Sorry, the fucking sash.
Yeah, and a sash. Sorted.
We've unlocked the potential.
1998 PWI #1 wrestler of the year. Oh my god.
They do get a second promo later with Mark Merrow's theme hitting. He's like, it's for their Battle of the Giants bout at Starrcade. It's WCW. Guess if this match actually happens.
Oh my god, it has to happen. They talked about it last week as well.
Yeah, Scott Hall comes out and he said, Nash, he's not here, so sorry. And then Giant comes out and powerbombs him. Kevin Nash's powerbomb, and it's way safer than Kevin Nash's, you know. And Kevin Nash just said, something legit, which is my dad died around the same age as me from a heart attack. I was worried I was having a heart attack. In reality, I don't want to wrestle the Giant. I don't want to put him over.
Of course, he just didn't want to put him over.
So he just had a burger and it was like, indigestion and yeah, whatever.
But he put him over, like a month later?
He got out of Wrestling Giant one-on-one. Okay, this is December 97. When did they have their singles match? January 99.
What?
Wow.
And he beat him.
See,
that's right, because he would have been champion because he beat Goldberg the month before.
And he was the booker at the time. You just got to wait long enough.
Live us up.
PWI #1 smartest wrestler in the business, Kevin Nash. Wow, what a worker.
And one of the most feared men in our sports, the monster is loose and Meng.
OC's boy Meng with Jimmy Hart versus Mongo McMichael in the battle of who's got higher pants. Nary a belly button being seen. We should have gotten this match last week, but Goldberg Pearl Harbored Mongo, so here's the redo. Great looking pile driver from Meng. Hey, that's a bit technical from a savage, isn't it? Pile driver?
No, because he's like, head impact is fine.
Okay, but he does a joke him afterwards. So yeah, I'm watching you, Uli. 3-star frog splash from the top rope. 3 stars because he landed on his knees. But Meng wants more TV time and pulls him up. Pearl Harbor from the front. Jimmy unsuccessfully tries a chair shot on the outside, but gives Mongo a wooden one on the inside. Picko! No effect. Real chair shot. No effect. Okay, tombstone.
Going.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
3.1. 3.005.
And he didn't just kick out. You know, he basically floated up like fucking Dracula, you know. Bleh.
Wooden chair, steel chair, the spike. And finally Meng goes down. Mongo did not give up.
I thought this was fun. Was it good? No. Mongo's atrocious and Meng is limited in his character and is working with someone more limited than he is.
Oh, careful, Steve. He'll come after you.
Oh,
the boogeyman's going to get you. Ooh.
There's a weird Meng-shaped presence in the corner of the room, Steve.
I'd be so out of here.
But yeah, I actually had fun watching this match. Just 2 big bruisers battering each other. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, 2 jobbers, toughest jobber won. So,
just making friends at every opportunity. And that went to 446. Send us your Nitro Party VHS tapes. They don't show us one, damn it. But thankfully, we do get one later. Give me an N.
N.
Give me an I.
Aye.
All right, calm down, Hulk Hogan. Stop right there, mate. Seriously, though, there were 24 lads there to watch wrestling. I was like, this is awesome.
I was going to say, how miserable would I be sitting in the middle of that?
20 mossies at you.
Oh,
I actually thought that
so bad.
in terms of all of the Nitro parties that I've seen, they looked like they were having at least a bit of crack. And I counted 4 to 5 females.
There were some women here.
Yeah.
That's amazing. They have the literal pick of the litter.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Self high five. Mean Gene welcomes DDP for a bit of promo time. Santa Page comes to the ring bearing presents, throwing out DDP tees to the crowd. What a great guy. Oh, what's on your t-shirt? Deck the hog with... Oh, I'm not reading that on the VHS.
Oh, it's just deck the hog with boughs of holly.
Yeah.
So it's just replacing hall with hog. I don't get it.
Yeah, there's not a pun in there.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm Mr. Christmas.
It's supposed to be Flair and Hennig for Hennig's US title. Flair has an injured ankle, but they don't want to tell people on TV that Flair's definitely not going to wrestle. So they leave it as long as they can. And okay, no, it's DDP instead.
Okay. DDP was there last week. He came out after the NWO beatdown of Ric Flair for the save, and he calls out Hennig.
I'm Mr. Christmas, and that's a shoot. I think I got to fight Mick Foley for who's the biggest wrestler who loves Christmas. Mr. Christmas says his present will be Hennig and his US title, and Perfect's present will be bringing the noise. Can you get a bang?
Bang.
And the dirt is gone. You know what I liked about this? Wrestling making a big deal out of a mid-card title. Something so wildly missed in modern wrestling for like 20 years nearly. Gunther, currently the Intercontinental Champion as of recording, and he's had a really good run with like really good matches with like Shamo and Ray Ray. And I feel like that they're slowly beginning to kind of push those mid-card titles and make them mean something again. And after such a long time of them not doing it, it feels really nice. And then there's Wardlow's running AEW. It's shit.
What are people on the internet been saying about it?
I've been hearing a lot on the internet that Wardlow's lost it. Well, let me tell you something. Wardlow is the TNT champion.
But yeah, just really, really nice to see the mid-card titles meant something.
Yeah, the IC belt used to be the kind of workhorse title, although the main eventers would be kind of big dudes who were slovenly, and the IC belt are the ones that main event like the house shows, and they're like the most trusted people to prop up the entire card. So yeah, it's cool. Matt DDP's a great choice for it as well.
And Hennig, you are gonna feel the bang!
6-man tag featuring these luchadors. Will you get 4 minutes? Let's find out. Oh, a trios match, which was brought back to prominence thanks to AEW. V1, how is AEW's trios division doing?
They've had a few matches. Death Triangle have had like maybe 2 title defenses. And looks like they're going to defend against the Elite at Full Gear.
And they lost to the Elite at Full Gear?
And they lost to the Elite at Full Gear when they made their triumphant comeback.
And they jobbed out the Elite in a terrible booking decision.
Okay, that's not going to happen. That's absolutely not going to happen. Look, if you want loads of spots and loads of moves, it's great. If you care about characters and angles and storylines, then it's lacking.
Oh. Larry marvels at the Luchas' speed, but then muses how they got to be so fast. Maybe they were chased by the Federales.
Jesus Christ.
And like, he's a babyface.
Yeah.
I mean, in America, you know, slagging the Mexicans.
Oh, that's probably big babyface move, is it?
That'll get you over with at least 49% of the population, you know?
I don't know if that's from the youthful days of being chased by the Federales or what, but these guys, they never stop.
Oh, hey, you're losing interest. Here's Raven's flock in the crowd. Okay. Fast-paced flippy shit with zero selling. Masked Hoovy with a gorgeous step-up head scissors. Get up quick so I can jump back off Brett's rope, sit on your shoulders, and almost botch a poisoned Frankensteiner.
Yeah, what the fuck happened there?
Oh, it's a shame because it was beautiful.
They completely mistimed it, didn't they?
Who's that jumping off the top? It's nimble, non-beefy Ray Ray.
Classic Ray.
Yeah, what do you think?
Tight pants Ray. Yeah, none of this, pair of garbage bags. Yeah, this is brilliant stuff.
Yeah, it looks amazing, and he's so fast and so nimble.
Yeah, he's wearing a nice blue, yellow, and red.
No, he's not.
Gear today.
No, he's just wearing black pants.
No,
yeah.
I don't.
What did you think of those colours, lads?
Not much, because they were just plain.
So anything that you'd compare it to?
No. What was the next match? What was it? Benoit against Van Hammer.
Van Hammer.
It's the best gimmick. I love this.
Just fucking do it.
All right, lads. What bar is Rey Mysterio? He's wearing blue pants with some like yellow and red trim. So he is a timeout bar.
Oh, fantastic. Yes.
Original Yorkie.
Yeah, a bit grubby on the chocolate. Like, it's not the highest quality, but I'll take it.
Not
if
for
it's
girls,
going.
though.
There you go. That's how they got me.
Yeah. Drifter.
Love a drifter, man.
I haven't had one in ages, actually. Walker's
Bit of an Elias.
cheese and onion crisps.
Or didn't salt and vinegar used to be blue?
I know. It was green. Or,
they swapped. They
don't do that. Don't try to confuse me, sir.
Yeah.
And last, we have a What Smokes.
Ooh, hey.
There we go. He is a packet of Liggett Select Red cigarettes.
Okay. That sounds vaguely fancy.
Yeah. There we go. That concludes What Bar.
Steve, don't you normally open up this What Bar thing you do with people?
But we couldn't do that because then
Why?
we'd give away what we were recording.
I did think about that. That's why I didn't even ask you
Yeah,
about it.
and that's why I didn't do it.
He's so smart. He's way smarter than you give him credit for. Yep.
All right, get back down there. Fear and uprising.
Quick,
from the south.
say something stupid like you usually do.
Stock market crash as everybody bumps onto the mat.
Is that what that's actually called? Or was that just Larry being clever?
Clever Larry, I think.
That's really good. Just like everyone just started missing like splashes and moves. Good job, Larry.
And West Coast Pop seals it for Ray's team in 5:05.
Beat a springboard. Here he comes. Got it. Oh, head first. 1, 2, 3. He did it again.
You got out over 4 minutes there. Congratulations. Sorry, that was a lot meaner than I thought.
We needed Heenan here going like, who's who? Who's on what team? What are they doing?
Which one of you's Dean Malenko?
Yeah, this is by far the best match on the card. I would have liked to see another 10 minutes. I really enjoyed it. Hector Garza's corkscrew plancha.
Stunning.
Wow.
Stunning.
Is anyone doing that these days?
Not like that, no.
Somebody needs to do this move.
Road Dogg breaks it out now and then. Yeah, amazing. I'd love to see it because they would just go flurry and flurry spots. Just like, I'd like more of it and calm down a little.
I thought Ray looked incredible when he tagged in. Like, fans were liking the match because it's very fast paced and just move. But when Ray came in, there were audible oohs and ahs. And I was like, wow, mate, you're over here.
Oh, man, despite his knackered knees, still churning out bangers. Actually, relatively recently, he had a tag match with Andrade. And they do like a wheelbarrow where they kind of lucha stuff and then pulls Ray into a Canadian Destroyer. And it's, oh my God, it's so good. Slicey.
Rey Mysterio. Oh, look at this. The world? Oh my God.
Innovative, unique offense from both of these guys.
Welcome back, fans, to WCW Monday Nitro. The action you see here is the most intense in our sport around the world.
It's the Crippler, Chris Benoit. Obviously, he'd go on to do something horrific and depressing, but let's try and enjoy 97 Benoit. He's taken on Van Hammer, nay, Hammer, announced the ring by Dave Penzer. Benoit has no time for this jobber, stomps on the knee, plunger through the ropes, swipe at Saturn, trounce, cut out Nipman, alley-oops Benoit into the corner with a messy landing, capitalizes grabbing Chris's greasy mullet and throws him to the mat. That's all you're getting in today, mate. Flockers, no hammers in danger, so they all bum rush Benoit, get a punch, back body drop, clothesline, but as soon as one of them make contact, it's a DQ. Benoit wins it in 3:40, but he doesn't look like a winner because he's decimated by Saturn's rings.
Yeah. Rings of Saturn is a great looking submission maneuver, isn't it? It's so cool. I think Pac does.
Very good, yeah.
I don't know if it's the same or if it's slightly different, but it's good. I didn't give a fuck about this match. On last week's Nitro, Benoit called out the flock. He beat Lodi or something like that. And then he went up and picked a fight with them and they all battered him. And then he came out this week and he was beating Hammerman. And then he went up to Saturn and he started to pick a fight with him. And then he got battered for the next 5 minutes. The booking of this match just made him look like an idiot, you know?
Trying to get the flock over, I guess.
Oh, good luck. Garbage. There was one frightening spot in this match. Van Hammer lifts up Benoit and he wants to give him like a alley-oop to the ropes. And they like mistime it, and Benoit was coming down really awkwardly, and he fucking spider breaths it and saves his neck. So yeah, that was a bit of a scary moment.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Benoit never became a great promo or had much charisma, but he improved a lot in 3 years. Like here, even just him walking to the ring, he just looks so uncomfortable.
Maybe he's coming out to the ring, all right, and getting pumped up. Damn. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah,
and hopefully one day we shall cover Starrcade 97 and his amazing promo. Do you have it? Do you have it? Oh my god!
There's a bit in it. It's like I do what I do, and I am who I am. It's like, who said that? Descartes?
Was it?
That was Popeye the Sailor. See, the promo is like Raven wrote this and gave it to Benoit.
Do you think so?
And he added his own spin on this.
Oh, you think it was like when we told Neo, read out this promo that we've written for you, and then he went off script and all the off script bits were terrible?
Yeah. So it was like, when I rest in reason. When I move with passion. And there's nothing I feel more passionate about than kicking your ass.
That was good. That was good.
About than inflicting pain. About.
And that is the end of the WCW portion of the show. But there is 2 hours left. What is happening? NWO makeover. The NWO B team whoosh the commentators away. Hey cameraman, you NWO? That's what I thought. Then the cameraman gets the t-shirt and he's pretty happy, you know? Because if you remember from Girls Gone Wild, t-shirts are a valuable commodity. They give WCW Nitro a NWO makeover. And it takes... $12 minutes.
Yep.
Initially, I thought, this is brilliant.
So did I.
What a great idea. They're removing the signs, they're replacing the signs, they're dropping banners. Oh, I love it. I love it. But, you know, that was the first 2, maybe 3 minutes. And then because the commentary booth was emptied, there was no ambient noise. So it was just, you know, the drilling, the unscrewing of screws and the re-screwing of screws and a bit of hammering.
You say there was no ambient noise, but what about for live? For live.
The SFX guy, he's working overtime.
But what I love about it is somebody just pressing a button. It's not on a loop. It's somebody.
New world order. New or.
By the way, no editing shall be done. You must watch the 12 minutes uninterrupted.
I wanted to pull my hair out by the end.
3 minutes in.
Yeah.
They were my favourite bits because it broke it up a bit. It's like, oh, I wonder what the next one will be. It was like...
But they had 3!
I was waiting for a new, he gave me a hee-hee. Like, it would have been a lot better if you had bigger stars. It's rare that you see the big star doing anything. So obviously we got Buff. Buff was the big star, basically, wasn't he?
Yeah. Who else is there?
I suppose Conan, but Conan wasn't really doing much.
He just came out bouncing, you know?
And
Scott Norton.
Oh yes, he's always around.
With a Scotty too hotty, Norty too snorty.
Norty too snorty. And of course, the main event of the B Squad, Vincent. Vincent.
Why
For
didn't he
life.
get one? Yeah. Do you know that's Neil Pruitt's voice? He was the feature producer for WCW, and he does New World Order. That's him.
It's great. It does sound great.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Pruitt came up with the look and feel of the NWO. Like the NWO, like spray paint, the gang tagging, that's him. He also produced the Shockmaster segment, the Flair for the Gold.
So you're telling me that he's 2 for 2.
He said the production truck erupted with laughter when he fell over, and they left it in the replay intentionally.
Yes.
He has a great interview with Trash Talkers. You can check it out on YouTube. Yeah, it's good. I just want to say, WCW did a tour of Germany, did 3 big shows that were televised in 97. Of course, like telecommunications, not as same as they are today. They were sent over the wrong disc for the NWO theme. It was Rockhouse, the song, but it was instrumental, and they didn't have the New World Order. So they had to improvise.
This is going to be great.
One of the stagehands finds a handy solution.
New World Order. For life. New World Order. For life.
That's great.
New World Order.
My favorite is like, instead of him just doing a New World Order, new world, he's trying it. He's actually giving it, and it's not bad, but it's great.
New World Order.
Of course, the reasoning for this, let's test the waters and see what NWO Nitro was like. Is this a viable option? And no, it wasn't. But it is a great idea, testing the waters here. So that means that they made sure to book Larry to win at Starrcade, and WCW keeps Nitro. Don't give NWO their own show. It's a terrible idea. So there, swings and roundabouts.
You skipped over the big finish. Rick Rude goes, "Give me some pyro. Give me some fire." And we get the fartiest pyro. Just like... I was half expecting to see Eddie Kingston leg it out, trying to cover the entire New World Order.
Save us, Bischoff! Eazy-E rolls in riding his hog. Come on out, NWO. This is just after 12 minutes of NWO bollocks, with world champ Hollywood Hogan bringing up the rear. Bischoff drops confetti, Merry Christmas Hollywood, as his new chopper farts out to the ring. Hulk's so happy he kisses Bischoff's head, and then Virgil's, whom I guarantee did not put 1 cent towards that hog. And there's more, a jacuzzi limo.
Oh, hold on. Bischoff is like, "Look at this, I got you a new hog. Rah, 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 rah." And your man comes down to the end where he puts on the brake and he goes, "Oh no, brought out the wrong one. God damn it."
I heard him say something.
He brought out Bischoff's bike, and that's why there were some awkward pauses here while they had to waste time while your man ran backstage and got the bike he was meant to bring out in the first place. And you can hear fans right at the guardrail, they're laughing at him going, "You brought out the wrong one this time." Only WCW could have fucked up this massively. It was brilliant. I was howling.
Wrestling.
What an idiot.
How can you miss the one? It has his face on it.
Yep, that's 12 minutes more. End of the segment, a half hour of this NWO bollocks. But Eric threatens us there's more later.
We've got a long way to go. It isn't over yet. You hang with us.
So it's a halfway point of the show. Let's take it to the...
Happy Christmas! My name is Tom Campbell from Cultaholic. This is North Wrestling! And I am here for OSW reviews and Great Questionarium. That's what I'm doing here. I have a question for you. Here it is, right? Here's a question. It's a bit Christmassy. What did Cesaro get on the 5th day of Christmas? Answer after the break.
Sunday, all the secrets pro wrestling doesn't want you to see.
I want to show you how fake it is.
Pro wrestling's greatest secrets exposed. NBC Sunday, 7, 6 Central.
And we're back! Hello! Before the break, I asked you and you lovely folk across the internet, what did Cesaro get on the 5th day of Christmas? If you answered 5... You got it wrong! If you answered the Mean Street Posse, you're drunk, but it's Christmas, so we'll forgive you. If you answered 5 brass rings, you got it right! The problem is he didn't grab any of them, but he kept a receipt, so it's fine. Thanks for watching, and see you next time! From North Wrestling, Happy Christmas OSW Review! I love you, boys!
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, are we on?
Kirk Enterprise.
Good old Tom.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
The winner is you.
Fair play to you, lad.
Backstage, I love kayfabe. WCW official JJ Dillon fumbles through his promo telling Rick Steiner since the NWO have taken over, he doesn't have to wrestle. There'll be no repercussions. I quite like that.
I actually, yeah.
It's an unsafe working environment.
Really, really liked it.
You don't have to go out there. That ain't the way me and Teddy see it.
They cut a promo beside Ted DiBiase, which is quite hilarious because he originally bankrolled the NWO, trillionaire Ted in 96. Speaking of Ted and money, Ted and his sons Brett and Teddy Jr. are right fucking scumbags. They stole almost $5 million of Mississippi's welfare money. Part of the largest embezzlement case in state history, $77 million total. Stuff like paying his son Brett $250,000 for a job he's unqualified to do. Here's $160,000 to go to drug rehab in Malibu, California. $48,000 to teach people how to identify drug users by calling them. Here's $8,000 stay in an upscale hotel in New Orleans. Sadly, the DiBiases just have to pay it back because it's a civil demand. It's not criminal, so they won't go to jail over it. So.
What if they can't pay it back?
Then yes, hooray!
So this is Ted DiBiase Jr.
And Ted DiBiase and his sons.
Right.
Ted DiBiase's the worst in it. And he brought his sons in on it.
When did this happen?
2 years ago.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it. And didn't he become like a born again Christian? And he started, I turned my life around and, I'm now a man of God. And I was like, the cheek of you. If this is what you're doing, if this is your dodgy dealings, throw the book at him.
But yeah, no, fuck those guys. Holy shit. Taking money from the neediest people in the state, the poorest people, the people that need the most help. What a scumbag. Dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner versus someone's boy, Scott Norton. Steiner WCW's Norton as he enters. Haha, straight to the outside and have a rest. New World Order. NWO's Eric, Rick Rude and Kevin Nash are on commentary now. Big Sexy's asked what he wants for Christmas.
A big bag of money, but not so big that I can't drag it around. That's classic Nash.
Great.
Nashy.
That's just a shoot.
Yeah.
Brett's rope flop suplex. Oof. Yeah, like he pulled them out and they don't have their footing, so he just got...
It's very scary looking, yeah.
And now Rick Steiner making his way up to the top rope.
It's a stupid move.
And what's that?
Off the top? No! Conan pushes him off. DQ schmalls. 3:14.
What can that's almost every match.
Full light.
Did you like how how all that stuff was sprinkled throughout the show?
It didn't stop for the entire show.
Yeah.
As much as I love this as a concept, if this became a thing that they did, it would have just drove away the fans. Just fucking hell. Cannot do this.
Yeah, I don't have anything on that. Disco Inferno versus Curt Hennig. Disco fever. At least 3 women in the crowd dance along. Actually, quite like this. He breaks his routine to pick up the NWO flyer and he looks visibly concerned.
It was great. Nash and Rude are giving him shit and Rude goes like, this is the best part of his act. Completely burying him as a professional wrestler.
Man, Kevin Nash would appreciate this. Did you know in 97 Disco was earning 43 grand? Hang on. By 2000 he'd gotten in with Vince Russo and was 5 grand away from earning 300 grand a year.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, but 43 grand is an insult to somebody who's a champion.
Yeah. On TV every week.
Yeah. Terrible.
Goes to show you how little value WCW put on those lower tier because the NWO had the world title, they had the US title, and they had the tag titles. They did not care about the TV or cruiserweight titles at all.
Mr. Perfect, US champion facing TV champion Disco Inferno, US belt on the line. Collar and elbow tie-up. Hennig muscles Disco into the corner and mushes his face. Nash says he's toying with this boy.
Whoa. Straight in Nashy stable.
Because obviously HBK is not your boy toy. And Bischoff says,
Careful now, you don't want to get me sued.
Damn it, Hennig's lost a step. Literally, instead of leapfrogging Disco, he kind of side steps him instead. He's like, I'm not jumping. Disco's gonna lose, so he tries to run away, but that's not happening. Like, he's trying to leave, and just the SFX guy just hits it, and it's like, that was great.
NWO paperwork there. Those are open contracts that we have for wrestling talent around the world.
Easy hot dogs about his lack of training for Zbyszko, as in, he's not a threat. I ate 5 pizzas and up to 7 hours watching football. Rude, who is a close friend of Curt Hennig, interrupts to put over Hennig. Everything he does is precise and has meaning to it. Oh, sorry, do you have anything in the match?
Not really, no. Just like Hennig battered him. Other than Disco making like a very quick comeback right at the end, it was basically a squash.
Perfect batters Disco in a slow and boring manner. Cuts off Disco with a perfect plex, and that's it in 6 minutes.
Quickly reverses the momentum.
It's all over.
He's got 1, 2, 3.
It's all over.
Took a little longer than I thought, but I'll tell you what. Disco put up a heck of a fight. You want to do what?
I want to talk business.
Anyway, Heenan comes out to the commentary desk and sucks up to Bischoff, saying he left WWF to work for him specifically, puts his foot in it, calling Nash a big guy.
He's a giant.
And interestingly mentions to Rude, I never managed anyone with more desire and a better competitor than you. I know that all this is a work and stuff, but that felt real. That was nice.
Definitely.
You know?
I actually thought that he was saying that to Nash as a joke. Just to put Nash over, What would be better than to go to Kevin Nash? You're the hardest working man I've ever seen.
The ultimate wrestling professional.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
Bobby successfully grovels and replaces Nashi on the desk. It's so sad. I gotta go backstage and have a pint.
Yeah, like Nash and Hall did no work tonight.
No.
And they're the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Bobby!
Bobby, you can take my chair. I'm going to go in the back and sit down on a horse or something.
Oh, look at this. It's a sad sight, really, isn't it?
Just me in general, or
number your fucking pages.
Yes. No. It's Harlem. Booker T and Stevie Ray versus the Fluck, Lodi, and Scotty Riggs. He has an eye patch. He legit needed an eye patch at this time. His match with Raven before Halloween, Riggs bruised his eye taking a steel chair. He had blurred vision and headaches and had to wear it for the next year and a half.
Wow.
The upside of it is that this disfigurement gave him a great kayfabe reason to join the flock, and he got to wrestle Benoit. So that's something.
Alright.
NWO's Rude puts over WCW's Stevie Ray, praising him dropping weight and gaining quickness. Well, that's just a shoot. That's a nice thing he said. One eye and no depth perception doesn't stop Riggs delivering a perfect dropkick. And that's about all the offense meet the flockers get. Delayed double vertical suplex, mule kick, big Steve Blackman pump kick, hold up Lodi, big crescent kick with impressive height by Booker, and Harlem Heat demolished the jobbers in 7 minutes.
3 weeks, this is the third straight week that we haven't seen him, and with an assist from Stevie. Look at this, Scotty Riggs has now walked out on his partner.
Throwaway match.
For life.
For life. Jay or Steve, is there an analysis worthy of being delivered for this match? Is there anything to be said?
I thought Riggs looked decent for what he had to do.
If he got jacked, he could be Big Riggs.
Ooh.
Off the road racing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Riggs.
Big Riggs. I don't know. Sorry. Yes.
No, that's it. Like Riggs.
That's it, Big Riggs.
Riggs look decent.
Just hit the Big Rig song and we'll call it a day.
Hey kids, strap yourself in for some action-packed racing. It's Big Rigs. 18 wheels of thunder, and we got trucks. Yeah, trucks. Big Rigs. Never lose a race again. You're always winner with Big Rigs. Engines equipped with quantum phasing molecular mechanics to pass through solid objects so as not to interrupt the racing experience. Nothing stands in your way when you're Big Rigs. Rear spinning tires with warp drive velocity for interdimensional exploring. Leave the game behind and exceed the boundaries of existence. Big motherfucking Rigs. Driving around in fucking trucks. Big motherfucking Rigs. Big Rigs.
Riggs.
Big Rigs. Big motherfucking Rigs.
And we are back on NWO Monday Nitro.
Has a ring to it.
Even flow. It's Chris Jericho versus Buff Bagwell. The Ayatollah of Rock and Roller versus the Buffmeister, as Rick Rude calls him.
Buffmeister?
Oh wow, it's like Big Bang of late 90s.
Yeah.
It's even seeped into the 2000s, like the Stiffmeister.
Stiffmeister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! The Stiffmeister's coming back to Grand Harbor!
OC special. First strike to bail to the outside. How long?
Don't make me bring up WrestleMania 27. 30 seconds, Jay.
18 seconds.
Wow.
Buff, mate.
By the way, am I right in thinking this is pure bland pre-Jericho having a personality?
97. Like he came into his own 98.
He's so bad. Bland babyface Jericho.
Like he hasn't been allowed to do any shtick yet. But yeah, it's 98 where he's like killing it.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho has certainly proven himself in WCW in 1997.
Well, who's that talking? Somehow Tenay has slipped in as well.
Yeah, how did that happen?
It's Bobby, Tenay and Rude now. Backsplash, and Jericho gives Buff no respect at all, scuffing and kicking his boots at him. Rude jumps to the N-Woster's defense, saying, Buff, he's playing possum, and he's really good at it. As an excuse for getting battered all the time. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, this match actually goes through an ad break. Hey, Six, what you doing? What you hey? Buy our shirt, we need the money, all says. The design is simple. It says, okay, do you know the Budweiser thing?
Outside.
That's quite good, lads.
Yeah.
Outsiders. Real simple. Outside.
Bud. Wines. Bud. Bud. Wines. Bud. Wines.
The old Budweiser frogs, where that dates it.
That's like even older than the
Oh, that was so cool. Do you remember that, lads?
It was everywhere.
For about 4.5 years.
Like we used to do that.
Yeah.
Everyone
in
did
the
it.
pub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That and
That's so
Bono.
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 That came later, obviously.
Bono.
But Bono.
Bono.
We spent a whole night doing that once.
Yeah, oh my God. I felt really like I was drunk enough to, I'm plowing ahead with it. And it's really funny.
Yeah.
But like I sober enough to realize, oh my God, we did that for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Whoever else was vaguely in our vicinity. hates our
Misery.
Bono, if you don't know who Bono is, he owns the largest collection of hatchbacks in Western Europe.
He is not Bono, he's rubbish.
He is, isn't it?
Back to the match. Big Head of Steam is telegraphed as Buff lifts the boot right into a sexy pin. La penetrada. Con feet on the ropes. Immediately waved off by the ref. It's hilarious. Rude puts over Buff as the new total package. You can't give him a second, as Jericho just trounces him. Bagwell misses a Brett's rope elbow drop and one from the canvas, which is quite funny. He just goes, Hangman double underhook backbreaker forces Jericho to backflip off the top rope, and Bagwell hits a Buff blockbuster out of nowhere for the upset win.
Blockbuster!
I think in 97, I don't think this is the upset, is it?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's weird just going back.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jericho, like all
Dynasty.
time great.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And sock referee Mickey J for good measure.
I have to say, the Buff blockbuster, I think it's a great finisher and not an easy execution of a move. So fair play to him for nailing it most of the time.
Yeah, it looked perfect. And I love blockbuster. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
I thought this match was decent. We all know Jericho was really good, even though he hadn't quite come into his like awesome character work yet. He was still a very good wrestler. And pre-broken neck, Buff kind of hung well with him. Like Buff looked decent here. He had good fire, smooth. He kept up with Jericho, and he was over.
Yep. Outside of Hogan and the Outsiders, is Buff like the main NWO guy? Like, is he fourth in charge?
I mean, Eric,
Oh, yeah, he can't wrestle. But yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
But so like he's very high in the pecking
Oh,
order.
what about Macho, though?
No, you're right. Yeah, okay, yeah. I have a fun...
Hennig.
I don't know about Hennig. He doesn't like.
You think
I
Buff
think
is a bit
Buff is
higher?
Yeah, I think so.
About Macho, there's a 6-man tag NWO versus WCW at Starrcade, and Conan had to go. He had to attend to his missus. So they're like, Macho, will you please do the match? You're not scheduled for a match otherwise. And he was like, okay, I'll do it, but I'm winning. And I'm not pinning Ray Traylor.
Yeah.
He's a jobber. Scott.
No.
Wow.
And Big Papa Pump was pissed.
I'm winning and I'm going to pin you.
This fucking company, man. Oh my God. Amazing.
10:50 this went. The longest match of the night.
Yeah, it felt it. In a good way.
Bringing all the Christmas presents for Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Okay, are we done? Fucking come on. What do we got?
The NWO come out for promo number 3.
God. Oh my God.
Which is their 4th time to come out on this show so far.
Sorry, going insane here a little bit.
Eric comes out singing, "We wish you a merry 6-pack. We wish you a merry 6-pack. We wish you a merry 6-pack and a Hollywood New Year." To which Hogan chimes in, "Ho, ho, Hogan." And I was like,
do yourself, mate.
And I was like, you guys have nothing planned, do you? You guys are just out here.
The walk down the ring was 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought I'd think of something by that.
Hogging the spotlight, wasting time,
You've nothing planned.
creating 3 hours of content every week.
Like they hadn't officially gone 3 hours yet. This is just a special Nitro. Like they go 3 hours in 2 weeks.
Well, but the week before was 3 hours.
That was also special.
Fucking hell.
Steve, that you've nailed it. But it's like in the final promo, which we haven't even gotten to, the one after this, when it's just Hogan and Bischoff come out. Bischoff says, "I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart." He's like, how many words, extra redundant words, can I add to this sentence to pad out the time? Because we're not at 3 hours yet. So instead of saying, "I want to thank you," I can add "from the bottom of my heart." That's 6 extra words. And Bischoff holds this entire show together, because if you're going to have that much NWO content, he's the only one that's going to talk for that long. Nash doesn't have fuck all to say. Hogan doesn't have fuck all to say. Hall doesn't talk.
No.
It's Bischoff.
Where's Horace Hogan?
1 more year, Jim.
Gotta start the build now.
Oh my God.
And I love you, Horace.
Yeah, so it's time for more gifts for Hulk Hogan. The first one, they give him a ring, which I'm not going to lie, I would love that ring. It's in the shape of Big Goldie, and in an amazing, probably an off-the-cuff moment, Eric grabs it, gets down on one knee, to which the the gay-hating audience starts booing.
Obviously bollocks, it was a laugh, lad.
And then he puts the ring on his finger, puts his hand up to the camera, but they put the ring on sideways and you can't see it. Yeah. I was so sad.
Yeah, it was such an oversight. But a second oversight, it should have been sprayed NWO, just a little baby spray on it.
Oh,
yeah.
I will say that when WWF bought WCW, they sold the little Goldie rings for 50 quid. Yeah.
Oh.
Bischoff calls down, "Oh, hey, here's a banner version of Hulk Hogan on Sports Illustrated," before his WWF gimmicks, which works out quite well.
The only wrestler ever to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated, the World Heavyweight Champion Hollywood Hogan. Give it up for him.
This is a lie, by the way. Danny Hodge, Oklahoma's Sooner shooter, was on Sports Illustrated in 1957. He'd batter Hulk Hogan, by the way. 3-time NCAA champion, silver at the 1956 Melbourne Olympics, pro boxer as well. Dude's career ended by car accident. He crashed through a bridge and into the lake, broke his neck, only lived as he punched out the car window and swam to safety.
A monster of a human being.
Yeah.
He punched his way to safety.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, and there's also a poster of Hogan as Thunderlips choking out Rocky. Yeah.
And Rocky 3.
Mm-hmm. The worst Rocky. It is. Yeah, I even preferred Rocky 5.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Rocky 5?
Yeah, Rocky 5 with the moany teenager. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Holly.
This loving goes off without a hitch. 8.5 minutes doesn't sound long, but it is.
Can assure you it felt longer than the number we just said.
And as we go to break, I swear, Hogan sniffs the bicycle seat. He's like...
After your man who wrote it out?
He kisses it.
Does he?
He kisses the tank.
Oh, is his face on? Does he kiss his face?
Yes.
Of course, my face.
Hey, Steve. Yeah. Sniff it.
8 matches down, 1 match left, because it's time for your main event.
Kiss my face.
This is NWO Nitro. That's the way it is, and that's the way it will be forever.
It's your main event. It's a question mark at the end. Macho Man versus Lex Luger. Check the watch. 14 minutes left of broadcast. It's NWO Macho Man. He belts it over to Rude and Heenan, starts fucking with him, saying, "I'm dedicating this bout to Hogan." And you could tell that he just wanted to say hi to them, because he runs back over to Liz. He's like, "Yeah, it's just the guys there." Yeah. I love that about WCW. It feels unscripted, like a sporting event that was broadcast on TV.
It does for both the better and worse.
Yeah.
And it swings wildly.
Because WWF, it's quite polished, and it's a TV show that features wrestling. But yeah, you can tell a lot of stuff in WCW wasn't in the run sheet. I mean, that's cool, Fast-paced beatdown by Macho. SFX guy? Ooh, yeah. Brawl on the outside. Ooh, no. Stevie, we got a glorious return to an OSW segment from about 50 episodes ago. Luger fires up with a lariat.
Ah!
Lariat.
Ah!
Bionic elbow.
Ah!
KO's ref Randy Anderson. Then punch Macho.
Whoa!
Big slam.
Ooh!
Put Liz in harm's way.
Bort!
Pearl Harbor by Buff.
Behind by Buck Bagwell.
No. Anybody can have a bad night, but Hollywood Hulk Hogan is the future Randy Savage putting it to.
A shot at the World's Heavyweight Championship.
You can't talk about what Lex Luger accomplished years ago, 6 months ago, an hour ago. The NWO is now.
Nash, finisher point and get out there. Jackknife powerbomb. Macho elbow drop and ref is revived just long enough to count 1, 2, 3. And after 6 minutes, Savage is the Wackawa winner.
Wackawa winner.
Prior to the matchup at Starrcade with Buck Bagwell, referee Randy Anderson revives just enough to make the 3 count, and the madness reigns supreme.
Hey, what do you think? Yeah?
Lex was really starting to cook up a storm and then run in and it's over. But they really put Lex over strong in this. He held his own for as long as any mortal man could, but he was overwhelmed in the end. It was absolutely fine. Certainly it didn't feel like either his heart or Macho's heart was in this because they knew there was going to be a run in, so why bother? Just one point about Macho. Way too big a star to be in the NWO if he's not the leader.
Yeah, I agreed.
Everyone else has their place. Macho does not.
How good of an angle could it have been if Macho and Hogan were the co-leaders of the NWO with an undercurrent of jealousy trying to get one over on the other? And that could have eventually led to the break, and different factions. But yeah, they just never went that way. My guess is Hogan squarely wanted Macho under his thumb.
Yeah.
Well, I've got creative control, so yeah.
Brother.
So we're mates.
Yeah.
In kayfabe.
It's ridiculous. I want to say Lex, jacked.
Yeah, it looks great.
I think 97 Lex is peak Lex.
I think so, yeah.
And I don't think he was ever this good ever again. Yeah, he looked like a world champion.
Lex would face Buff at Starrcade, and I thought it was quite stinky. But they just had the match again on Nitro afterwards, and it was way better because it was a run-in again on Starrcade. But on Nitro, he just beats the piss out of the NWO and wins with a torture rack, and is so
nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Good man, Lex.
I think it was a Stanley Cup or a Super Bowl, but no, this is the biggest night for WCW right now.
Just check the runtime. There's 4 minutes left. Oh my God, that's just enough time for
Wacko, hey.
Another Hollywood Hogan promo.
4th promo tonight.
Hold on, third Hogan.
Okay, yeah, third Hogan, fourth
Bischoff.
NWO
Right,
segment.
gotcha, yeah.
And there was a half-hour NWO segment. Stinger, you will be stung, brother. This isn't my first barbecue, brother. See you at Starrcade, brother.
You will be stunk.
Sell that pay-per-view, boys. Sell it.
And what's that? Hogan is bequeathed one final gift as Bret Hart comes out from the limo. What's he got? What's the magic bag there?
The bloke walks up with a package with a bow on it. Bischoff is surprised. Hogan is surprised, but he's excited. So he takes the package, opens it, and he takes out a bloody good waxwork head.
It is good.
It's bloody good. Like, honestly, in a lineup, obviously from the head up, because one has a body and the other doesn't, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
It's because his...
Me mirror, brother.
But Hogan's comedy selling.
Amazing. I can't believe that he didn't do the lip quiver that he would do when Warrior showed up.
But like, you felt it. I can see it's a waxwork head. You felt it and you're closer to it. Surely you must know it's not a real head.
I mean, he can feel his own head.
It's still there. All right.
Okay, still bolted on. I like how he had the white sunglasses to make it look like cartoon eyes.
You can almost hear the like Looney Tunes song in the background when he's like comedy pratfall selling, lip quivering. Like, brilliant.
Of course, it's like, oh, I've got your head and severing the snake's head from the, whatever. Fuck off.
Did not get that meaning from this at all.
No. And they're very similar to a thing that Nash got. He was feuding with Taker and he opens up the casket and it's, I don't know what it's made of, plasticine body of Nash, and he just goes, really taken aback and kind of out of his element. He shook up, but he at no point does he go,
And they did it with Randy Orton and his dad with the casket.
Yeah.
And they sold it, but they didn't like comedy Hogan sell it.
I feel that was on SmackDown, so they just got Randy and his dad to get in, so they didn't have to make a mannequin.
Yeah, because it was a pre-tape. Brilliant.
Oh, I know it's not the same, but there was a bit where Taker and Kane were together, and this is 2000s, and Taker was trying to force a match with Ric Flair or something, and Kane was up at the top of the balcony and he had Stephanie over his head, but obviously it's not Stephanie.
Perfectly rigid. Yeah.
If she's like that, she's already gone. The rigor mortis just said it. Yeah. that was apparently Stephanie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Brilliant.
How did the crowd react to this Hogan head? It's like Bobby Fish here.
The Bobby Fish pop.
Where's the lie? You suck. The crowd wake up for Sting, who zip lines to the ring. Jackabra.
Which was a great idea, but they ran out of time. Nitro ended as he was mid zip line. I was like, could you not have gone 20 more seconds? He lands in there, he fucking fires up, and he runs the NWO off, and then Hogan can go
like a fish.
Yeah,
like a quivery wivery. Like,
what happens if the zip line wasn't like up high enough and he just goes and stops?
It goes.
I prefer if Sting did the Home Alone with the clippers and the rope, the zip line. He could chop that, and that somehow makes the NWO sign smash on the ground, just about miss Hogan, landing on Hogan.
Oh, it would have been cool.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Hogan would snip it and Sting falls.
And like the Joe Pesci slamming into the house. Like,
we were doing so well with the build, and we just couldn't get across the line.
We couldn't land it. He has the torch on the head. Head burns off, or the hair burns off.
Then he goes backstage, grabs the doorknob, and it's hot. and curtain down. And Nitro.
On the way to the ring, Jay Hunter V1 and Mr. OOC.
Welcome to the Aftermath. OC, sir, what did you think of Christmas 97 Nitro?
A damp squib. This is your go-home Nitro. You needed a lot more Sting. And I'm not like, don't overuse him, because you need to keep a bit of mystery about him.
Like there was no focus on him at all.
No, like it felt like a special episode of Nitro. A Christmas episode of Nitro, rather than the build-up to the biggest pay-per-view in the history of the company. It felt like, the Mick Foley, This Is Your Life stuff. That's what it felt like, which is a comedy thing. This needed to be dead fucking serious and give it the respect it deserved, and it failed miserably. So a terrible go-home show.
Merry Christmas.
This show felt about 6 hours long. It just kept on going, and it kept on going. I actually thought the first hour was pretty solid. And then the angle that I thought was going to be great with the NWO taking over Nitro, the first like 2 or 3 minutes was like, this is really good, what a cool idea. And then it just kept going, and then the show went downhill really badly after that, because it was just whack-a-woe after hey. Just never stopped. The wrestling was okay. The booking and the finishes were abysmal. Like Eddie walks out, Flock interference finishes, NWO interfering in every match. Basically the only people who went over clean were like Hennig, Buff and Harlem Heat. In a show that's all about building up the NWO taking over, you're trying to build up WCW fighting back. They didn't. I just thought it made them look a bit toothless. They let it happen, you know. Brett, he feels mid-card to me.
This is what, week 2?
This is week 2. He felt
He's
mid-card
coming
last
out
week.
and they're like, hey, do you come with the car? You know, like.
And I understand that you're trying to build to Sting taking the belts off of Hogan, and maybe you don't want to have that big ex-WWF guy. You can literally just have him come out and cut a promo saying, I chose to be here because I think WCW is the future.
Is the bee's knees.
And like, even just say like, I promise 1998 is going to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What a good line! What a good fucking line.
Book it, Steve.
But yeah, the show was shite. It was long and tiring. Thumbs almost pointing down.
Oh, okay. I'd be less kind, mostly because of that half-hour segment when the NWO took over. Like, because I was really enjoying that first hour. Hey, it's back in WCW, it's 97. Woo. Oh my god! And then Bischoff comes out and he calls out Hogan, and then they call out the jobbers, and then they waste time for half an hour, and then they're coming back late. That last segment where he comes out again, oh my god, it broke me. Like, holy god, I've had all I could take of WCW. Next time we do a fans choice, there's no WCW 97. 3-hour TV show, less than 52 minutes of wrestling, but it was a lot of fun to review. Hey OC, what is the difference between Fozzy and the party? The party's over.
Hey! You've done a few good ones, Jay.
There you go.
That was good. Before we go any further, guys, how many times in this Christmas edition of Nitro do you think the NWO theme Wacko Wo Hey Heyed?
10.
13.
12 times, with the B team being played once to make it Baker's dozen.
By the way, Buff Bagwell having the NWO B team song. No Buff Daddy, no regular song, no regular Waka Waka. Oh wow, he was like, oh, I'm a jobber. Oh no.
He is what now? 2-0, 3-0 against Luger. If you count what happened on WCW Saturday Night recently.
WCW's ratings sank like a stone during that NWO segment.
Oh wow.
So the first hour was a 4, then they dropped to a 3.6, then they dropped to a 3. And that's actually lower than Raw, which was at a 3.2. So Raw actually won the last hour because they drove off so many fans. But only a third of the WCW fans tuned over to Raw. The rest of them just watched something else, you know.
It's shocking. WCW, if they put on a decent Nitro, we're crushing Raw. This shit has run its course. People clearly were still enjoying it 18 months later, but and then you look at Raw and the crazy creative shit that was happening there. I'm amazed WCW were winning the war at this stage.
Thank you, Stephen. Yo, Jay from the future here. Myself and OSC did review Raw the same night, but I would like to review it formally in the future. Like, V1 hadn't seen it, so it was just me and OSC. So we'll just have it as an extra present for people on NogRU, which you can watch now. So it's a half-hour reviewing Raw where DX explode, Shawn vs. Hunter for the European title, amazing edition of Raw. It's a thing we did, but I'm not comfortable releasing, but I thought I should mention it. Chug us a fin on Patreon, or we'll review it properly in a couple of years. Slán you. Sean's like, Taker, I don't rest in peace. In fact, I stay up all night.
This is gold, man.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Here we go. So we got a quick message from Dan Carr. Not Bill Carr. Dan Carr.
Yeah.
Hey, OSW, OOC, Lex Luger here, Total Package. Leave your shout out back. I've heard a lot of good stuff from my man.
Ah, brilliant. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. I I really appreciate that.
That's
That's
awesome.
fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Lovely.
That's awesome.
Lovely.
That's super
Brilliant.
awesome.
Brilliant. And he's looking well. Good old
Lex,
Lex.
you fucking animal.
Brilliant.
And you're all right, Dan.
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 Dan's a good man. So that does it for a girthy, beefy Christmas Day deep dive into WCW Nitro 97. What do you think about that, OSE?
Great to spend Christmas with you lads, as always.
Yeah.
We've done it in the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Fuck the family.
Fuck the family. And you're going to... This, we won't be allowed to talk now for the rest of the day.
As soon as
This
I
is
press
us.
stop,
Yeah, we're
that's
done.
it.
That's it.
Yeah. We just sit still and stare into space.
Merry Christmas. Wow, we've actually done 10 Christmas shows, like Christmas, recording stuff around Christmas/Christmas shows. So, and you can go check that out in link in the description, or you could head on over to
OSWreview.com.
And if you like us keeping all this lovely bollocks flowing, that sounds horrendous, sir.
Lovely bollocks flowing.
Yeah, but if you like to see some cool backstage stuff, or generally just keep the show trucking on so we can do this crazy experiment. Man, 11 years we've been doing it. Holy shit.
It's mad.
Yes, 11 Christmases. How you doing there, Steve? Just Father Time comes for us all.
Yeah, I was just saying it the other day.
Yeah.
We started in our 20s and we're barreling towards 40
are
now.
barreling.
Yeah.
Steve, you're not as bad as us. He's got more time in his 30s than we do.
Couple of months.
Yeah. He's gonna squeeze every day. Don't buy us a pint of eggnog. Just buy us a pint. You can at
nuggeryou.oswreview.com.
So it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a boo.
OZ.
You do.
And myself, Jay Hunter. And remember, a winner is you. Can we do a Merry Christmas? And remember, Merry Christmas!